Today I'm going to share with you the top 10 reasons why I love the CIC. That's the Cambridge Innovation Center. The one I'm speaking about is the one here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. There's both two locations, one over at 1 Broadway, and we're here at 245 Main Street. My name's Narath Carlile. I'm a physician at the Brigham and Women's Hospital. I'm an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School, where I teach in clinical informatics, where I've been trained in global health and social equity, and I'm the founder of Make Time Flow and Cognitive High Performance Solutions. The views here today are my own, and they're merely a spontaneous reflection of what it's like to work in the Innovation Center, something that I hope that you'll have a chance to experience, and something that I hope innovation centers around the world will use and do and help to create, because there's so many places in the world where human potential is untapped. These are, of course, my own views and not those of these other institutions. Reason number 10, these are the small door pulls at the bottom of the doors that they instituted as soon as COVID hit. They were very thoughtful about the approach they take. We don't have a lot of time to talk about CIC Health, which was an incredible way where they used the innovation capital around the community to do transformative things. Along with Atul Gawande and others, they created solutions that really helped address the COVID pandemic. They were also very thoughtful about how they did working and co-working here during the time. We came when things were starting to open up after vaccinations had been introduced. What I noticed when I came in, having worked both in the hospitals on the front line and here, were these little devices on the bottom of the door that let you open it with your foot. Any door, especially the doors going in and out of the bathroom. What struck me was that these were there, but not in the hospitals, where we were most likely to be transmitting it. And it just showed me that they are incredibly thoughtful about innovation, especially innovation that addresses the health of the people that we're working with. It was incredibly touching to me. It was something that I wished was much more widespread than it had been. And I really respected the fact that they just quickly adopted this and got it out into all the spaces where there was a lot of shared risk of transmission. Number 9 is the cup stands. This also applies to the laptop cubbies. The cup stands are in front of any of the doors where you need to badge in and out. They expect that you're going to have like a nice cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and you can just put it there and then reach in, grab your badge and badge in and out. It's just one of those thoughtful things that says, we're thinking about you and we want to make things much more comfortable and easy for you. Yes, even badging in and out. So number 8 is inclusiveness. And they do so in subtle, simple ways that I think are very elegant. And that's just really about being explicit about what their standard is. Here I'm talking specifically about their openness about gender identity in bathrooms. Here on the 3rd floor at 245 Main, they have gender inclusive bathrooms that are just like the ones in Europe, right? Where you just go in and there are these private sort of stalls. And then there are other bathrooms in other areas, but they've got a clear statement that just says they believe in bathrooms being open to people with their gender identity that they identify with. This then, of course, extends into other things. And there's this feeling that the space is really about inclusiveness and the opportunity for most innovators, right, who are often starting from the beginning, that it's a place where your potential will be recognized rather than limitations that might have been imposed or self-imposed or otherwise imposed by society, and that is not expectation of the way that we will treat each other, right, or what people will be seeing inside us. They're looking for potential. Number 7 is the showers, right? I think high performance work today requires physical activity. It helps us be more performant and to have showers that are like a spa here that we can integrate working out or traveling to and from in a healthy way and then feel that we can be refreshed is a powerful statement. They are not an afterthought. They're not just a converted closet. They're this beautiful sort of like spa-like experience with towels provided for you to recognize that you should incorporate this as part of your creative and cognitive work. Number 6 is the beautiful meditation spaces that they make available. Just having them there creates the opportunity that this could be part of your day-to-day work life. Something I also think is part of cognitive high performance and something that I think has tremendous value for people, especially in this very distracted society. Having just a space that says it's there for you, right? Calling you and letting you have this opportunity to say, yes, I could integrate meditation into my day. Helly and I do as co-founders, right? Integrating it into part of our post-lunch ritual, whether it's with a walk alone, just with the reflective thoughts, or going in to meditate for 10 or 15 minutes as part of our day. Number 5 is the conference rooms. We're in one right now. They let you feel that you are like the captains of industry already. It's a wonderful recognition of your potential. It's a wonderful space to invite others to, where they'll come in, sort of be impressed by the views here of Cambridge, of this incredible Kendall Square space. And it's surprising how it can inspire you to recognize that you could already be successful. What is it going to be like when you're successful? Letting you ask those 5 whys of what you're really trying to create and inspiring you to say, yeah, I already feel like I'm able to have this big, broad, visionary view, and I'm able to execute it on it, and I can invite people to join me who will also be excited by it. So already feeling like captain of the industry. Number 4 is the kitchens. Right? The kitchens are fantastic. Really appreciate sort of the tea, the coffee, and then the healthy snacks and the way it's sort of laid out and the way they've labeled everything. That's nice, right? It feels like those perks. But there's something else that's really essential about it many other organizations don't get. And that's really that the kitchens are a space where it's clear that they're treating us like adults. They are not expecting us to be messy. They're expecting us to put things away in dishes. Yes, they give us some guided labels. Yes, not everybody does it, but 90% of people function like adults here too, as they do at home. And it creates this wonderful expectation where somebody's given you this idea that I trust you to use the space well, to be responsible, and the vast majority of the time it is. Yes, there's amazing staff who go through and consistently reset the environment for us, which I really appreciate, and try to recognize whenever I'm there in the space to see how much I gratefully acknowledge it. Yes, I try to contribute positively and pay things forward if someone has, in a rush, had to leave something behind. But it's very clear that in this one, other than in other places where they hide things away, lock things away, they clearly say we're working in a space where I don't trust you. Here, they trust you. They treat you like an adult. Number 3 is, of course, the spaces are beautifully designed. Here in 245 Main, there's sort of this wonderful artwork that's all throughout the walls. Here in the space, there's plants, there's light. They've done a very thoughtful job about it. It's sort of one of the core reasons that you'll notice as soon as you come into the environment to feel it yourself. And I think this idea of the spaces around us can help both inspire us and to make us feel like we're part of something. This extends out into the collaborative workspaces where it's not just a large open concept office where there's no noise reduction or other kinds of things. In their co-working spaces, there are clear quiet spaces, which I think from a cognitive performance perspective, those quiet spaces are going to be where people are much more performant, right? And the other noisier spaces, which most of the approaches to current incubator spaces are incredibly distracting for people and are places where you can go and sort of collaborate with your team, but having those quiet co-working spaces is much more effective. The inspiration of the space also helps you to go through those harder times when you're knuckling down, really working through something hard to deliver the great things. Number 2 is an extension of this, but it's really the feeling that you get. And it's hard to say that it's a single thing. We've talked about the spaces, we've talked about sort of the amenities and some of the perks. But really what I'm talking about is the feeling that you get, the way it makes you feel when you come in. And that's really that you're striving. Right? And you're striving here with others. It's just those subtle things that you get that we're so good at, right? That you're reading in body language of the people that are around there. And it's clear that they too are striving. It's an incredible empowering space because of that. So you can come in, it's a hard time, you're getting your coffee in the morning, and you just see that there are other people there also deeply diving into their work, getting into deep work, doing brave things, setting up and sharing their things with others. It's a space of striving. It's the way it makes you feel. And then the final thing is the people. They are fantastic. They're incredibly warm, welcoming. They make you feel part of it. They make you feel welcomed always. And this extends out to the other experiences that they've created with Venture Cafe, which makes you feel part of a community. As we talked about, there's striving. It's one thing to be like a stranger with others just driving around you. It's another to feel that you're part of something that the deeper you go into it, the more they have your back. The people and the environment and the culture that they've created has been fantastic. And that transforms the space. It can have a big impact as you start the day, just from the way that people greet you when you're coming into the office, to just the way that you're treated as you're going around in the other spaces. This is a warm, welcoming space that's there to help you strive, right? And then to be creating a community where, yes, adults are welcomed and your potential is cultivated and the community is behind you to help you move forward. Spaces like the Venture Cafe and other opportunities like the coffee clutches that incredibly warm and wonderful Eric runs are part of building that. You just need to show up and show up with your best self. All right, the top 10 reasons why I love the CIC. Number 10, the little door jams that show that they care about you and your health. Number 9 is the cup stands that show that they want you to be comfortable no matter where you're going. And that includes you, yes, walking around with a cup of tea or coffee, but allowing you to badge in and out easily. Number 8 is inclusiveness that extends to all things and not are subtle suggestions, but are treated with openness and honesty, just declaring what it is that their expectations are and how they expect to treat you. and that extends then out into others. Number 7 is having showers like a spa, which lets you integrate doing exercise and deep work, the meditation space. That helps to just create a space where you can go and reset, integrating that into part of a high-performance day. Number 5 is the conference rooms, letting you instantly become and feel like a captain of industry. Number 4 is the kitchens, which, yes, they have wonderful, healthy food, delicious tea and coffee, but they treat you like an adult. Number 3 is the spaces, beautiful, spacious, with an eye towards helping you feel creative and feel generous. Number 2 is the way the spaces and the environment and the culture make you feel. You're part of striving towards something great, along with others on their journey too. And first one is the community and people.